So just because you think it doesn't make it true. That is something that everyone should think about in any given day, because I think thinking something that may or may not be true and then running your life based on that could be devastating. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh my gosh. Well, as an executive coach, so it shows up most in my executive coaching practice because it shows up in two ways. The first is how I talk to myself and things I say to myself. Hello, inner critic. So it shows up that way, and then it shows up externally, right? So from a workplace perspective, you come into a meeting and I see your eyes roll or something, or you don't show up to the meeting at all, and I automatically make some assumptions based on that, and now it's true, but I haven't validated it whatsoever. And so acting upon those beliefs, or let's call it untested, unvalidated assumptions, can be a great cause for leaders, I think, even personally, right? If you're thinking about the assumptions we might make about ourselves. And so the act of reflecting and looking at those and testing and validating them and not treating assumptions as facts is like this, I call it like an evergreen issue that a lot of leaders deal with, and the ability to recognize that and maybe choose differently, that's kind of a big part of the work that I do.
Well, and I think we're so busy in the executive mode, in any mode. Everybody is running. So when something comes up, I think it's easier and faster just to assume something than actually to run something down and see whether or not it's valid.
Oh, yeah. And our brains like that, right? Like our brains like to create certainty even when certainty doesn't exist. And unfortunately, our pesky brains have this negativity bias also, where rooted in our survival, right? But now create sometimes at work miscommunication, misalignment, mistrust, creates a lot of, I called it the trio of unfortunate misses. Those misses, but they can create a lot of damage. And so that's been, a big part of the work is, and particularly going back to the notion of like how I talk to myself, just because I think it doesn't make it true, right? Oh, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or should is a really big word that at least I'll speak for myself, I use.
Yeah.
And I joke, right, that like I'm shooting all over myself because it's just, and so how can I test or validate that to know that it's true? And that's, I'm sure we'll talk about, but that's kind of the work.